Mr. President, I couldn't disagree more with my colleague from Idaho. He gave a very studious presentation that missed all the key facts. He made a big point out of the fact that you would lose a dispute resolution tool. But in fact, well, access to small claims, access to arbitration remain in place, so it's simply wrong. He noted that small claims is a great option. But of course, what we're talking about are provisions in which credit card companies and cell phone companies and broadband companies put charges on your bill that are unjustified, but they're small amounts, they're little amounts. It's $5 here, slammed there. It's $10 there, jammed onto your bill there, and you discover it, and you go and you call them up, and they say, well, you can come to arbitration. Of course, arbitration means they choose the decision maker, they pay the decision maker, and that decision maker comes to them for future business. And so it's completely rigged. If anyone wanted to see an example of the swamp at work here in D.C., we have it on the floor tonight. This is big business taking justice and ripping it out of the hands of consumers across our nation. It costs fees to go to small claims. You can't go to small claims for $10 or $5 or $20. This is well understood. My colleague made a big point about the fact that a lot of companies settle. You know what? These companies have the best lawyers that money can buy. They only settle when they've cheated the consumer and they know they're going to get a chance of a worse verdict if it goes to trial. So it's smart for them, and it saves money for them not to continue to adjudicate a case in which clearly they're wrong. So of course they're settling. This is not an argument against consumer rights, it's an argument for consumer rights. My colleague made the argument that, 25% of the fees go to the lawyers. But he didn't point out that means 75% goes to the consumers. And why is that a fair deal? Because consumers can't afford to go to court for $10 or $20 or $15. So they're awfully happy to be able to get 75% of what they're owed. And he didn't begin to mention the fact that the whole point is deterrence. These companies are given a right to cheat because there's no way for a customer to get a fair adjudication. In arbitration, the company chooses the judge. The company pays the judge, and these judges come back time and time again for case after case after case, fighting for the companies time after time after time. So if you want a rigged system, if you want an example of the swamp flooding this room right here, this is it right here, right now. Deterring companies from cheating individuals makes a lot of sense. It's a lot of value to our society. Credit card customers, nursing home residents, students with loans, veterans. Veterans have weighed in heavily against this abusive practice of a rigged system. Customers, certainly, of cell phone companies and broadband. I've had the experience myself. I looked at a bill and I said, wait, what is this charge on here that I've never seen before? I called up the company. Of course, you go through a phone tree and you spend an hour trying to talk to some real person who's way overseas somewhere. And they say, well, we just added it to your bill 6 months ago, and you should have protested it the first month it was on your bill. Well, I don't look at the details every single month to see that a company proceeded to try to cheat me, and they did it to me, they did it to thousands and thousands of others. And they were willing to reimburse 1 month of this, but not the first 5 months. But $10 a month, that's $50. You can't go to small claims for $50. You can't go to court for $50. The only fair thing is to have the full range of options, and that is taken away by arbitration. I would bet none of my colleagues here, not a one, and if any colleague would like to stand up and say they disagree, I'd like to hear it, not a one would agree to have a dispute settled, a serious dispute settled, in which the opponent chooses a judge, pays the judge, and that judge gets business from them all the time. That is rigged, and that is wrong. And that's why I encourage my colleagues to vote against this resolution tonight.